Hey there, everybody. This is Cosmic Game Night, and welcome to my main Minecraft world. As an introduction to this channel, I shall provide a tour of my now complete Hobbit home. Starting things off is my bedroom. Here, my bed is laid atop of supposed to be a giant lily pad floating across the water, and up above is the night sky. Through here is a window showing a small view of this side of my world, featuring an island not too far away from here, but not too close either. Here is my first ever dog. Fortunately, I can no longer command to stand up or sit down, no matter how many times I press right click. Down here is my to-do list, my backlog board to keep track of things I still need to or wish to complete, which of course include much of the house. And there's many other things I still need to do or wish to complete, such as an indoor garden to help produce crops such as sugarcane and wheat. Over here is similar board, but just before paintings to help decorate the place that I could, and so I can admire looking at. Here is a jukebox in case I want to play any record discs, even though there are two in this version of the game, which is beta 1.7.3. And up above is a very small dome of sorts, which is steamed around the nearby sea. As you can see with the sandstone, lapis, and sand. And this was technically the first room that I ever made, or begin to make, but it took a long while. I was trying to figure things out about how I wish everything could look, but in the end, I liked how everything turned out. I think the section that took a lot longer to try to figure out was the spawn section here. I already had in mind to place my bed as well as these bookshelves. I wasn't sure how to decorate this part of my bedroom so that it wouldn't be too empty. And out here was the hallway, or hallways, which connect all the other rooms throughout my Hobbit home. And the fun fact is that when I was first constructing this hallway, it actually used to be an actually formed tunnel into the side of the hill, which my Hobbit home sits under. And down here, while I was carving out the hallway more, I found a large lava pool which has now been drained. I drained it away using many buckets, and in the end converting the lava into obsidian, which I harvested. And this formal lava pool actually was right next to this spider dungeon, as well as a deep cavern which is actually exposed to the surface right here. And moving on, here is the kitchen, which, despite being right next to the entrance and to my bedroom, this is actually the last room I ended up finishing while constructing my home, as I was not too sure how to build this room, especially how to decorate it, how it would look. In the end, as you can see, I made it resemble a cake, or rather the inside of one. And for or hollowed out. Here is a table where I could set cakes on. And of course here's all the furnaces and chests for wherever I wish to cook, which will mainly consist of pork chops and fish. Here's my living room, which has a nice big brick fireplace in the center of it all, as well as a couple of tables where you can sit on, and a few paintings placed on the walls to admire. On the ceiling is a checkerboard-esque or chessboard-esque roof consisting of obsidian, snow, and furnaces. And a couple of these furnaces are actually lit despite having nothing in them. That's thanks to a bug. And with this bug, you can use these eternally lit furnaces as an alternative lighting source compared to common ones such as torches or actual fire. And originally, that fireplace used to be over here, and originally this living room contained part of this hallway and down this way, which is where my storage room is at now. But it felt awkward with the shape the living room would have looked if I kept it so I just pushed it back to this room here where the living room is at now. Over to my left is the pantry, which as you can see is themed around having the walls of a dungeon, which is the only generated structure in beta Minecraft beta 1.7.3. Here is my icebox containing both raw and cooked pork chops. It is used to help store meats, which would only be pork chops and fish in this version. And over here contains all other food items and ingredients such as wheat, eggs, cocoa beans, and buckets. It would also contain sugar, bread, and if I ever make any cookies. Oh, and before I forget, most of the rooms, save for the living room, has these blocks atop the door frames, which help signify what that room is. Of course, here's like an icebox for my pantry. And these blocks represent my storage room, with chests and crafting tables, in case I needed to craft anything. So far, there's nothing above the living room just yet. Over here are furnaces representing my kitchen, and over here are wool blocks to represent my bedroom. Last but not least is my storage room. As you can see, it is themed around resembling a forest or birch forest, even though birch forests did not exist at this time of the game, at this point in the game. And it actually started off with just the shelves, which consist of these birch logs, the chests, and these smooth stone slabs atop of them. But then it decided to add more decoration by adding leaves, birch leaves, atop of the logs, as well as green wool on the floor, and eventually a rising sun and a setting moon. As in my world, this would be where the sun and moon would set, and this is where they will rise in this direction. And of course, on the ceiling are a few clouds dotting this fake sky. And to explain all these other blocks, the left block represents the bottom chest, so this would the lock represents wood, all these types of wood, as well as the blocks and items that can be crafted from them. And there are also the saplings to grow more trees. The right block, of course, represents the top chest, so here is my cobblestone chest. I might plan on expanding this downward if I ever face any storage issues, though I think that will be the case with certain blocks, such as, of course, cobblestone. And here, to clarify things, this orange wool block represents my lava chest, these lava buckets all coming from the aforementioned lava pool that was underneath my house. And the obsidian chest containing the rest of the former lava from the pool, most of which have been used for the ceiling of my living room. And over here, the lime wool for the spawn chest represents mob drops, mostly from all the monsters in the game. I chose lime wool since it resembled the color of slimes, and of course slime balls, which they drop. And that is every room in my Hobbit home. And up here on the outside is my side entrance, and over here on this narrow beach is the front entrance. Here is the window of my bedroom, and down here is the front entrance where it all began. And what I plan to do next to show for my world, over here you can see some blocks that I've tried, some structures I tried to assemble, tried playing around with, and right here is my throne. And I'll explain where it will be placed. So up here, if I go this way, you will find a small pool surrounded by flowers and a singular pumpkin. This pumpkin I did not place. It was right here when I first found it. It was the only pumpkin up here. And the backstory for this pumpkin is that because it was so lonely, it began to cry, and it cried out so many tears that formed this pool. And this waterfall down here, which eventually filled up this lake. And another fun fact is that this lake was also naturally generated. And it was such a beautiful sight when I first found it at first. So what does this have to do with the throne down there? Well, as of many video games, I'm sure you're all aware that oftentimes there are secret caves hidden behind the waterfalls, often contain loot or chests or dungeons. So of course behind this waterfall is a not so secret cave, which took a while so far to carve out or use TNT to help excavate. What I plan to do here is make a sort of underground royal hallway, or what would likely be an underground palace of sorts, sort of like a dwarven palace. As you can see, I already placed some gold ore to give this not so natural cave more majesticness to it, and I plan to add more gold ore as well as some diamond ore. Over here at the end of this hallway will be where the throne will be, from which it there will be some nearby levers. One of these levers will, when flipped, will reveal this small pathway that will show the other side of this hill, which will allow for easier access to get back to my Hobbit home. And these are supposed to be the bases of pillars, though they might end up being large sconces, I believe is the term, pretty much like giant torches to help illuminate the hallway here. To the side here is my nether portal across this naturally generated underground reservoir. I plan on adding a wall here to help hide it, and in another lever near the throne, when you pull it, it'll help reveal the nether portal in this pool. So, what was your favorite part of my Hobbit home? Are there areas in the house that need any improvement? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed what you saw, or if you're interested in more videos like this, let me know in the comments or from liking the video. I appreciate any feedback and criticisms provided so that I may improve on videos in the future. I hope you all enjoyed the first video I've ever made, and that you may enjoy the rest of your day or night. Goodbye.